could all come a little closer. Move it over a little bit. I'm not sure they can hear us in the back, but we'll do our best. We'd like to welcome you all and thank you for participating in this memorial march for our brothers and sisters who were tragically murdered in Orlando early this morning. As a community, we come together and all parts of our community are represented here, not just one part. So if you look around, you'll see that our community has gathered together, our entire community. It is a sad time, but as people of faith, so we gather together to rely on one another and to use each other as a stronghold and as to support one another. There's a couple people that are going to speak this evening. I'm used to saying this morning like I'm in church, but this evening. But again, you know, coming together as a community is the most important thing. We will not buckle under. We will not go back and hide. We will continue to be who we were created to be, sacred individuals, human beings, regardless of what anybody does or says. So I'm going to ask Annette, where are you?
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. For me, this is very personal because when I was 17, living in Alabama, my sister came out. Alabama. I live in a state where there's hate. I live in a country where there's hate. I love Trump's hate. And I said it best this morning. I said, my bracelet says it all. No hate in my state. No hate in my country. Let's not let these people that perished perish in vain. We're going to keep fighting so that we have a country where there's no hate, only love. Thank you. Thank you for your
Joe Garcia, brother.
Look, I think that when we stand here, you have to understand that there are consequences. Words and actions have consequences. If people think that this is an acceptable behavior anywhere in the world, it brings our heart down. But let's take faith in the fact that we're all here, that we're all standing up, that we're all staying present. You know, I've marched in this parade many times. I have to tell you, I never saw more locals participate. Folks that I've never seen at these events because they wanted to be part of it. They wanted to be recorded as being present, and you're all present here. We have to remember that that our country aspires to better things, and you're going to hear a lot of things in the next few days, right? A lot of hate, a lot of people who are going to focus on the wrong of this. We have to use this to fix our country, to make things better, to move forward. And the fact that so many people came out today means we're not scared of these people. We're not scared of what they represent. So I thank each and every one of you for being here, for standing up, and for being counted. Thank you.
I'd also like, to me, he's a very famous person, not that you both are famous as well, but get myself in trouble here, you know how I am. But Stuart Milk, M-I-L-K, does that name sound familiar to anybody? He was our speaker at church this morning at Metropolitan Community Church, and it was very moving. And so I've asked him to say a few words here tonight.
Thank you for coming out. You know, my uncle wanted those bullets that snapped through his brain to be the last, to end violence towards the LGBT community. What a lot of people don't know is two things happened in the aftermath of the assassination of my uncle. One is the most eloquent response to violence that a community has ever done in this country was when 30,000 people spontaneously came out in silence to City Hall with candlelights saying this is our immediate response. Not anger, not hostility, but a respect for the loss that we had suffered. And then the second event happened a year later when a jury found essentially what the defense asked, that the person who killed my uncle and the mayor be given a light sentence of 6 years, and found him innocent of murder. And it's important to recognize that we have work that still needs to be done. But that type of response, the type of response that justifies the murder of people simply because of who they are, who they love, what color their skin, what religion, has no place, and I'm not going to say just America, in human society. As you all famously say here in Key West, we are one human family. That message must be our message today. It must be that we will not allow this to go unanswered, and the way we will answer it is by education, inclusion, and acceptance. We will not become quiet. We will not go back into the closet. We will not hide. This will just re-energize us as it did when those bullets smashed through my uncle's brain. That we will be visible. And let me tell you that my uncle believed in each one of you. It is what gave him that courage. And I know the Orlando community. And I know some of the people who were tragically killed, and they would want us to go on. They would want us to wear who we are visibly and never, never shrink back from that. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for remembering the victims. Let's never let this happen again.
Right there. Right there. Oh, there it is. It was too close. We're going to gently toss the wreath into the water. And before we do that, I would just ask everybody to look around and see who's next to you. This is wonderful Key West, where we're all together from every walk of life, every political persuasion, where the whatever, we're just here together. I would like us to remember, like you said, something that they said in the 80s. I know some of you weren't even around in the 80s, but some of us were. Silence equals death, and we are not going to be silent. So let us, Joe and Stuart, right up the front. We're going to go right out to the end. Do we have any commissioners or mayors, anybody here in the back? I don't want to leave them out. Any city of Key West County officials? Look around, see who's here. I don't see anybody. Here we are.
Yes, to you.